morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Dr. Sheetal Mahendra, will take you through the Abhinandana Awards ceremony today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome the dignitaries on and off the dais, awardees, guests from the media industry, well-wishers, students and parents, and Team ISBR to this award ceremony. We start our day by invoking the blessings of the Lord Almighty. I call upon Dr. Lakshmi for the invocation song.
जय जय हे भगवति सुरभारती तव शरणं प्रणमामः। जय जय हे भगवति सुरभारती तव चरणं प्रणमामः। नाद ब्रह्ममयी जय वागीश्वरी, नाद ब्रह्ममयी जय वागीश्वरी, शरणं ते गच्छामः। जय जय हे भगवति सुरभारती तव चरणं प्रणमामः। त्वमसि शरण्या त्रिभुवनधन्या सुरमुनिवन्दितचरणा। त्वमसि शरण्या त्रिभुवनधन्या सुरमुनिवन्दितचरणा। नवरसमधुरा कविता मुखुरा, नवरसमधुरा कविता मुखुरा, स्मृतरुचिरुचिराभरणा, स्मृतरुचिरुचिराभरणा। जय जय हे भगवति सुरभारती तव चरणं प्रणमामः, तव चरणं प्रणमामः, तव चरणं प्रणमामः।
Thank you, ma'am. Light is synonymous to the Almighty. It removes the shade of darkness and illuminates radiating intellectual aura. May I take the privilege in inviting our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp. Thank you. Abhinandana, Women Achievers Award, is instituted by a consortium of educational institutions and industry bodies. Over the last 10 years, many women achievers in different walks of life have been recognized and felicitated for their outstanding achievements and contribution to the society. Some of them include Salamarada Timmakka, artist Arundhati Nag, diplomat Dana Cruz, entrepreneurship champion and RI PDG Madhura Chakrabarti, and many more. We host this event usually on May Day every year, but due to COVID, we had to reschedule this event and are hosting it online now. The event is being organized under the aegis of Bangalore Educational Trust in association with LCA, Consortium of Data Science in Education, Startup India Forum, and other professional bodies hosted by International School of Business and Research. May I now request our Director, Dr. Y. Lakshman Kumar, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you. Thank you very much, madam. Good day. It gives me immense pleasure to be here on this morning to welcome the chief guest and the guests and also special awardees for the day, my dear staff, faculty and colleagues. A good day to you, all of you. Abhinandana is an annual institutionalized awarding ceremony at ISBR Business School, and it is nothing but celebrating the women achievers in the country. Our awardees today are eminent women who have broken the ceiling glasses and have pushed frontiers of women's leadership and have paved the path for others, women and girls, to follow their footsteps and to achieve greater heights. Indeed, it is an honor for me in welcoming the guests for the day. In fact, it gives me immense pleasure in inviting our chief guest, Mr. Lakshman Sangappa Savadi, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka. We thank you, sir. We are honored. And our special guest, Ms. Shashikala Jolle, Honorable Minister for Karnataka Women and Child. Thank you, madam, for your presence. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming Ms. Ratnaprabha IAS, Chairman of Karnataka Skill Commission and former Chief Secretary of Government of Karnataka. And she is also today going to receive Women of Distinction and Guest of Honor. Madam, we are very happy with your presence and we are also welcoming in our midst. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Perikel M. Sundar, President, FKCCI, Bangalore. I wholeheartedly welcome you for Abhinandana 2020, sir. Then Dr. Pankaj Mittal, a woman of distinction and guest of honor. She is the Secretary General for AIU. Madam, we welcome you. And Dr. Vijayalakshmi Balakundari, and she is a Professor Emeritus and also Pediatric Cardiology Surgeon, and she is also a woman of distinction. Madam, we welcome you in our midst. And we have another brilliant Dr. Gomati Devi, Vice Chancellor of Maharani Cluster University, and she is the shining star for the day. And we have another celebrated guest, Dr. N. Nirmala, and again she is a shining star and she is the chairman for Bangalore Central University. Then we have Miss Suja Warrior, a celebrated and CSR leader at Infosys Foundation, Bangalore, Karnataka, and she is again a shining star. And we have in our midst Dr. Sneha Rakesh, CEO of Akarmax of Bangalore, Karnataka. She is from a small town in Karnataka and she is rising to a shining star. Madam, we are revered with your presence. And Ms. Pratima Rao, who is the CEO of Biocon Foundation, Bangalore. Again, she is a shining star in her area. Madam, we are very happy to have with us in our midst today. Again, we are delighted Dr. Rupa Haryani, who is here and a dental surgeon and also a philanthropist, and to be here this morning. Madam, we are very much thankful to you. Then we have Ms. Shivali Srivatsava, who is Guinness record holder and again a rising star, and Dr. Soundarya Rajesh, Chairman of Bruhat Insights, Global Founder of Avatar Career Creators, Chennai. She is recognized for her contribution to our mid-career. Madam, we are very happy to have you this morning with us. And I would like to take this opportunity in welcoming Ms. Sridevi Devireddy, Dr. Apurva Palkar, Ms. Veena Samardha, and she is CEO of Career Technologies Private Limited, and they are all shining stars in their respective areas. Madam, we welcome you all in our midst. Then, I would like to take this opportunity in welcoming Khyatri Narwane, and it is a pleasant welcome, Madam, in our midst. And Dr. Sonia Mehrotra, Dr. Chetana Keni, and who are very accomplished individuals, and we welcome you all in our midst, Madam. A cordial welcome to Samyukta Kamath to this August function. We welcome you, Madam, in our midst. I welcome Major Aditi Mohan, Vice President and Head Corporate Services, Fidelity National Financial and Community Service Leader for this award function. She is a former Army officer and also a COVID task force leader. And last but not the least, I would like to welcome my faculty colleagues and media people and my other staff members of our ISBR for this Abhinandana ceremony. And I wish a grand success of this function this morning. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It gives us immense pleasure to invite Dr. C. Manohar, Chairman, Abhinandana Awards 2020, Regional Vice President, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, Co-Chairman, ASSOCHAM Council for Education, Senior Director, ISBR Business School, to deliver the keynote address and set the stage for the ceremony.
Thank you. Namaskara. I'm very, very happy to be part of this Abhinandana event. Abhinandana has gone through a wonderful journey for over 10 years now, right from 2010, with industry bodies, academic institutions, universities taking this initiative as a consortium. Today, it's been institutionalized with the branding of Bangalore Education Trust, hosted by ISBR, along with other industry bodies such as LCR, PR Forum, BP Academy, and others. We are thankful to all those who have supported us through and through all these years. If you really go through what has happened in the last few years, we have seen close to 100 plus women achievers have been rewarded, have been recognized, and we have gone through their stories, very amazing, very inspiring. So my kudos, compliments to all the women who are playing a very, very important role in building this strong society, empowered society. One side, they're building a strong family, their own career and profession, business, and on the other side, more importantly, they're building the community. They're helping to build a strong India. My congratulations to all of you. When we started looking at these women who have achieved in different segments and sectors, we really had a challenge. A difficulty is that there are so many achievers today. You mention any sector, there are achievers. There are many achievers who have been recognized and they've received accolades and awards, many, much larger than Abhinandana. But then they remain inspiration to others. So in our awardees, you will find those very senior achievers and also what we call Ele Maraya Kai, who have done a lot of work, but they need exposure. So we have all, be it education sector, administration, science and technology, medical, engineering. So you have all the sectors, community service including the Corona warriors. So we have seen women have been playing an excellent role. So it's been a pleasure for me as chairman of Abhinandana 2020 as before to meet them, to talk to them, to get the referrals, and finally, with some difficulty, choose them. Because when you have to make a choice, you will have so many choices though, but you still have to make your call on that. So that way, the numbers are important for us. You just cannot award everybody. You will come across so many, but you still have the numbers. it only means that these are only representatives of a larger society and a larger segment. So we are very, very happy that we have done this. Abhinandana today has become a flagship event. Abhinandana today has become a brand by itself. All this has been possible primarily with the excellent support and patronage by Bangalore Education Trust. Last few years been hosted by ISBR. We must acknowledge the role played by BET and ISBR, particularly Mr. Manish Kothari, the Managing Director and Managing Trustee of the Trust. Now, a word to the awardees today. We have women of distinction, we have shining stars, rising stars and blooming stars. All these stories are there to inspire the rest of the people. And this inspiration need not be only to women, the girl child, but it is for everybody for that matter. They've gone through tough times, they've gone through arduous tasks to come to the place where they are today. But that journey itself, in fact, when we are talking to them, they were recalling, yes, at that time it was a difficult task for us, but today when we go back to our times and see, oh, if we had not done that, maybe today we would not have been so confident and so successful. So there is lesson even in a task, hard task. So let's learn from our experience and then keep our future better, brighter and beneficial to all. With this message, I would like to compliment all the awardees. We have two women of distinction who are our special guests of honor for this day. Is Srimati Ratnaprabha ma'am, who is the chairperson of the Karnataka Skill Development Council, former Chief Secretary of Karnataka. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for being part of us and also giving us the fortune of having you on the panel of our awardees. Thank you very much. We are thankful to, we used to confine to Karnataka in the past, but this year we have been able to extend our geographies. We have awardees coming from other states. We have guest of honor, who is also an awardee, woman of distinction, from New Delhi, the Secretary General of the Association of Indian Universities, Dr. Pankaj Mittal. Special acknowledgement to you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Senior Director, ISBR Business School, to deliver the keynote address.
Hello everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate each one of the awardees in this wonderful program Abhinandana, hosted by ISPR along with other professional bodies. You have all become role models in your own chosen fields for the aspiring women and also even to the men. For equitable development and progress of the nation, we need to provide opportunities to all sections of the society, more so to the women who constitute about 50% of our population. I have seen the days when women were confined to only few select fields. For instance, when I did my engineering, there were hardly any women in the entire college. Today, in the same college, we see almost 50% are women, including the students, the officers, faculty, and others. It's a good change that women are entering all the fields these days, whether it is medical, engineering, science, technology, legal profession, entrepreneurship, business, arts, crafts, name any field, they are there, including the armed forces. Of course, they are facing tough challenges and stiff competition. In spite of such a demanding environment, many of them have survived and succeeded. Abhinandana is an effort to identify such successful women and showcase them for the benefit of other aspiring women. This way, we want to send a strong message to the society and also to the other aspiring women that we appreciate their efforts and their work. They must pursue their own goals without any hindrance or any kind of problems. I once again congratulate all the awardees. I wish them good luck and bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our Managing Director, Dr. Manish Kothari, to deliver the Presidential Address.
Thank you, Madam. A warm welcome to all of you to this great occasion called Abhinandana. Abhinandana is not just an event at ISBR Business School, but it's a culture and dedication of our institute to something that is called as womanhood. We are proud about Abhinandana at this institution. Years back, when ISBR started the concept of Abhinandana, it was mere a starting point, which today has become a journey and a wave. And we are proud about this. I am happy that Team ISBR is continuing this journey and this platform, which is making a difference in the life of the so-called the future of India, our women. When we started long back Abhinandana, there were successful women in very few fields of our country. But yes, they were doing extremely good and extremely talented. But if we look at it today, we find women successful in almost all the fields, let it be science, technology, fashion, culture, education, administration, bureaucracy, and more. And that's make it still special for us to move ahead with this great event called Abhinandana, which is making a difference in the life of women. On this great day, I would like to quote my grandmother, Shri Bhagyavanti Kothari. She is 90 years of age. When I visited Hubli for this Deepavali, I met her and I saw her full of life, excitement and joy. I sat with her and asked about her lifestyle and how have she grown to this stage. And then goes the story. Long back, my grandfather and grandmother shifted to this place called Hubli. My grandmother came from a well-off family. When she shifted to Hubli, they had nothing other than a small textile shop that they had set up, and all the earnings that they had was out of this textile shop. The earning was as meager as say 30 rupees a day to about 300 rupees, which was the maximum earning. My grandmother had to raise a family of 5, my father and 4 sisters. It was a time where women were not even, forget about education, they were not even sent to school. At that time, my grandmother stood tall and made a decision that she is going to send all her daughters to an English medium school. The society was not for this, but she stood tall and took this decision. Was it easy for her? No, of course not. It was difficult. She took this decision, and if I look at today and I speak to all my father's sisters, so my bhuas, they are happy, they are successfully placed and they are doing well in their life. The decision that my grandmother took, say some 40 years ago, and you look at it today, it has made a difference in the life of such people. This Abhinandana is dedicated to all such women, to all such womanhood who have taken decisions in their life, which was against the society, where society did not support, but they moved forward and saw to it that this decision is taken, and come what may, and you know the outcome has been positive throughout. This Abhinandana is dedicated to all of such women who have gone through the difficulties in life and stood tall against what is known as womanhood. I move forward. Very interestingly, when I asked grandmother, what else did you do during those times? And something interesting came out from her. She used to make soaps in the house. She could have bought them from the market, but then what she did was, she created a mixture, and then from that she laid over the mixture in one tray and then cut them into cakes. And those cakes were the soap cakes, and she used to pack it with wrappers and papers so that they look as fresh as if they have been purchased from the market. I asked her, why did you do it? And she said, the savings out of it contributed back to the business. Was the savings large? No, but savings was saving. And this showed that right from that time, every household had one or the other talent in them, which they have utilized, and that got into small scale industry and something what is known as industries of the future. Lichat Papad also is one such story wherein a few women got together and started making papads. Now look at what Lichat Papad is today. It's a brand by itself. It's a success story for the whole world. It's a case study for all of us, which inspires us on what a few women can do. This Abhinandana today is dedicated to all such women who, right from creating the soaps in their house or who have created the papads in their house and have caused what is known as the future today. Abhinandana is a dedication to all such women who have brought such difference in the society. I move forward to another example of what my grandmother did. Her name is Bhagyavanti Kothari. I told you she is 90 plus years of age. And even now when I meet her, I get inspired. It only provokes me, it motivates me to do something more. Every evening when my grandfather used to come from his shop and sit with the family for a discussion on the table, my grandmother used to go and sit with him, not giving him the tensions of the troubles that she had, but went on giving a sound ear to him, understood how the business is going on, asked him more questions on how the business is moving, patiently heard, and then also gave him ideas on how we can grow it still strong. As my grandfather didn't have the tensions of the house, he started concentrating on his business. And today, if you look at it, we have one of the largest store in Hubli. And this has only happened because of the seeds that were sown by his family in the past. Again, this Abhinandana is a dedication to all such women who have been behind such successful men, or who stood tall and started their own businesses and moved forward in life. Abhinandana is a dedication to all of this. I could give as many examples as possible. When I spoke to my grandmother, there were so many things that she did, right from grooming that child and grooming herself till being a part of a culture. All this is there in all the successful women that we are celebrating today. Today we bestow this Abhinandana Awards to all such women who in their life have been like my grandmother or far beyond her, who have created a difference in the life of others, who have created a difference in the society, who have made India and the world a better place to live in. We thank all the awardees today for accepting this award with gratitude and seeing that they make a difference in the life of people. Dear Abhinandana awardees, at ISBR Business School and Bangalore Education Trust, we are proud of you. We have completed almost a decade in this journey of Abhinandana Awards, and we wish to make it big. We wish to make it global. We wish to make and explore all such women who have made a difference in the society and showcase them to this world so that they become examples for others to follow, so that they become an inspiration for others in this society. I invite all the Abhinandana awardees today to please come forward and continue their journey of making a difference in the life of people. I also ask them if they could mentor at least one of a woman student at our institution, you would be making a difference in their life. You could mentor them, nurture them, and like the seeds that were sown in you, you could sow it in their lives and see that they excel. We will very soon release a coffee table book on the Abhinandana awardees and their achievements. This will make a very good reading material and an inspiration for others. In fact, on this great day, I would like to thank and appreciate all the women in my life, like my grandmother, my mother, my sister, my wife, and all others who stood behind me and with me and become a part of this success. I also appreciate their times and efforts to making it a point that ISBR reaches this stage of where it is today. This Abhinandana Award is in fact dedicated to all of such ladies, all of such women who have been an inspiration in the life of others, who have worked hard, who have toiled and made it a point to see that they stand tall and become a visionary of future. I would like to end with a quote which says, very nicely said, it says, Educate a woman and you educate a nation. So rightly said. And at ISBR Business School, we follow this. Right from the day of our inception, we have 40 to 50% of our seats dedicated to women. Every year we have more than 40% of our seats which are being filled by women, and we have made it a point that they do, and we have seen that they have done difference in all the works, all the fields that they have worked in. I would like to invite once again all these achievers to be a mentor to these students and make a difference in their lives. I once again congratulate all the winners and wish them all the best in their life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now have the acceptance speech by the awardees.
Mr. Lakshman Sangappa Savadi, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka. He is currently Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka and Minister for Transport. He had served as the Minister for Corporation in the second B.S. Yedurappa Ministry and D.V. Sadananda Gowda government. He was elected to the Legislative Assembly from Athani constituency in 2004, 2008 and 2013 as a BJP candidate. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, sir.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಪುರುಷರು ಸರಿಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ಮತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ವಲಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪುರುಷರಿಗಿಂತಲೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸಾಧನೆಗೈತಿರುವುದು ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂತೋಷದ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ನಾಡಿನ ವಿವಿಧೆಡೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಇಂಥ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ಸಾಧಕರನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಸನ್ಮಾನಿಸುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ ನೀಡಲು ಮುಂದಾಗುತ್ತಿರುವ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟು, ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಸಂಘ ಮತ್ತು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಫೋರಂ ಮತ್ತಿತರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಸಹ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೋದ್ಯಮೆ ಮತ್ತು ಉದಾರ ನೆರವು ನೀಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಸದುಪಯೋಗಪಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಲಿ ಎಂದು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹಾರೈಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Ms. Shashikala Anna Sahib Jole, Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development, Government of Karnataka. The popular leader is involved in a series of social initiatives and also runs several educational institutions and cooperative organizations. She has been able to enroll more than 1 lakh women in 2,500 self-help groups in her constituency. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ISBR ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಹೊಸ ವರ್ಷದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ಕೊಡಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಏನು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಬಾರಿ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಅರ್ಹರಾಗಿ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ 21ನೇ ಶತಮಾನವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಗುರುತಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು 900 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಸವಣ್ಣನವರು ಹೇಳಿದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹೆಣ್ಣಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ರಕ್ಕಸಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಕಪಿಲ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಹೇಳಿದರು. 12ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಪುರುಷ ಪ್ರಧಾನವಾದಂಥ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾನತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಈಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಥ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನೀವು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಾಧಕಿಯರನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು, ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಹೋದರಿಯರು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಸ್ವಾಗತಾರ್ಹವಾದದ್ದು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಂಥ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾಜದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಹುರುಪನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ಅನೇಕ ನನ್ನ ಸಹೋದರಿಯರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಋಣಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಾಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಕಾರ್ಯ ನೀವು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಹೋದರಿಯರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಮುಂದಿನ ಭಾವಿ ಭವಿಷ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Ms. Ratna Prabha, IAS, Chairman Karnataka Skill Commission and former Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka. She is from the 1981 IAS Officers Batch and third woman CS of Karnataka. She has successfully conducted the Invest Karnataka Summit in 2016 and encouraged women entrepreneurship. She also bagged the Woman of the Year Award of the American Biographical Institute, US. With the elevation of Ms. Prabha for the first time in the state's history, 2 top administrative offices are being headed by women. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
I'm really happy that today I have been recognized for my work by the industry and been awarded the Abhinandana Awards. My parents actually encouraged me a lot, and I think that is the first thing which is needed for a woman, that she needs a family who supports her and encourages her and supports her to reach whatever is her goal or a dream. Third important thing, as I find is, I had a desire, as I said, I had a desire not only to join the service, but also do something different, probably because I saw my father working for the people, and joining the service was not for its glamour or not for its position or not for its power, but what we can do to the people. That is what my father had told me. And that is what was the guiding force or the driving force for me throughout in the service. When I look back, is this, that I focused my attention on women empowerment and women's development wherever I was posted. The story for this is that when I was in Chikmagalur, that was my second posting after Assistant Commissioner of Bidar from 1983 to 85. 85 May, I was posted to Chikmagalur as a Special Development Commissioner, Special Deputy Commissioner for Development. And there we had a project called Dwakra for Women. And I was very fresh. The Chief Minister then, Sri Ramakrishna Hegde, told me that you have been specifically picked up because this is a project for women. It's a pilot project for Government of India. And we are looking at you for giving Karnataka a very good name. So I went there very unsure of myself what to do. And when I landed there, within a week or 10 days, there was this village head or a teacher called Kashapa or Kashinath, Giryapura Kashinath, who came and met me. And he told me that he's very happy that I've taken charge. And he said that the men come, the male officers come, do their work and go. Some of the women officers also come and do a routine work and go. But being a woman, you should specifically for women. If you don't do it, then who else will do it? This was really a mind-boggling, expectation. And I thought, yeah, what he said is true. And from that day, of course, this project was for women. So I did do a lot of good things for women. But wherever I went, I think I remembered Giryapur Kashinath, and I did whatever little I could do for the women. I'm very happy to receive this Abhinandana award, because for the simple reason, I have not so far received any award in Karnataka. Okay. And I've never strived for awards. Neither have I applied or, talked to people to give me some awards. And as you see, even in this case, you called me and told me that you are recognizing me. So I'm really very happy to receive the award from you, Abhinandana Awards, one of my first awards in Karnataka. And I always feel that Karnataka is my karma bhumi, janma bhumi and karma bhumi. You may be born somewhere, but where one has served and touched the hearts of the people is Karnataka. And it is something very special because you are recognizing women who have done well in life. And the most important thing is a recognition from the industry, which is it touches my heart, because I did work very closely with the industry. And thank you very much for giving me this Abhinandana Awards.
Mr. Perikal M. Sundar, President of Federation of Karnataka Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Bangalore. Mr. Sundar is involved in his family business as partner in Modern Coffee Company and is also actively involved in the coffee trade as chairman, Indian Coffee Association. He has served as the managing director of SPM Graphics Private Limited. He is the ex-member to Coffee Board Appeal Panel Committee. He is honorary secretary to Sir M.V. Industrial Town Association. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, sir.
FKCCI pioneer in the promoting of the women entrepreneurship. The 10 years back, FKCCI started a Women Entrepreneurs Abhinandana Award in the FKCCI, along with the education sector and industrialist, some other sectors all together started this. ನಮ್ಮ FKCCIಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಈ ಸತಿ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ರು ವುಮೆನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈನರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಶೋಸ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಅವರು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. ನಾವು ವುಮೆನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈನರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾಟೇಜ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿ ಉತ್ತೇಜನ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಹಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನಾದರೂ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಥರ ನಾವು ವುಮೆನ್ ಯಾರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಏನಿದೆ, ಲೋಯರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದರಿಂದ. ಈ ನಾವು ಡೆಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈನರು ಹೊರದೇಶಕ್ಕೂ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ B2B ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರೊಂದು ಫೇತ್ ಒಂದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರೀ ಮೆನ್ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬರಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಉತ್ತೇಜನದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಸಹ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗಿದೆ ವುಮೆನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈನರ್ಸ್. FKCCI ನಾನು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷನಾಗಿ ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಎಂ ಸುಂದರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ FKCCI ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ 2020ಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಪುರಸ್ಕಾರ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಮಹಿಳಾ ಪುರಸ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಈ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
Dr. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General, Association of Indian Universities, New Delhi. She is recipient of Fulbright Nehru Scholarship Grant for Educational Administrators, President of India Award 2017 for Digital Initiatives in Higher Education, First Padma Shri Subhashini Devi Award 2018 for Contribution in Social Development and Community Engagement from the Chief Minister of Haryana, Quimpro Gold Standard Award for Leadership in Education for the year 2018. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
First of all, let me thank the Bangalore Education Trust for conferring this Women of Distinction Award on me. I feel so humbled. I am really grateful to the Bangalore Education Trust and all the industry partners associated with it for giving me this award. And I really feel that being a woman, you have to walk an extra mile to achieve what others can achieve very easily. In my case, the journey has been tough, but not very, very difficult. So I keep on telling every woman that sky is the limit for you. You just have to have the courage to show that yes, you can. And once you decide that you can, you really can. So that is the attitude. And I really feel that with the right type of attitude is promoted, the girls can really do well. They can outsmart men any day. Right now, I am Secretary General of AIU, and AIU is 95 years old, and I am the second woman Secretary General. So you can see whether it is a men's world or it is a world. because in 95 years only the second women secretary general. So having been there, I think women makes a difference in the way the institution is working. Her management is different. Because she has a knack of multitasking. So she does a lot of multitasking and management, and I really feel that I am contributing a lot in AIU, not only in the internal functioning of AIU in terms of, say, computerization. Still now the AIU was not even functioning in a digital manner. So now we are totally digitizing the functions of AIU. See, the younger generation has a lot of energy. And when we talk of the demographic dividend which the India is having, it is resting on the shoulders of our younger generation. So if India has to become a Vishwaguru, if India has to really become a superpower, it is all depending on our youth power. So the message to the youth power is you have a lot of energy, you have a lot of scope to work, and you have a lot of facilities in which using which you can take India to the top. So just realize the energy within you, just realize the potential you have. And if you realize that potential and energy, and if you really work hard, you can really bring India to the top. And the demographic dividend which India is having can become a reality. It is always a humbling feeling to get an award, because when we keep on working, we don't work for an award. But if somebody recognizes your efforts and gives you an award, it's a very, very happy feeling and most humbling moment in your life.
Dr. Vijayalakshmi Balekundri, Professor Emeritus, Pediatric Cardiology, Bangalore Medical College, Karnataka. She is the first lady cardiologist of Karnataka. She has been awarded with 37 gold medals and 2 silver medals in her academic career. She is a recipient of more than 55 prestigious awards. She is a recipient of Lifetime Achievement Award for contribution in the field of clinical and preventive cardiology and many more awards. She is also First Lady President of Cardiological Society of India.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ದ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ನವರು ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಾಧಕರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಈ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ 2020 ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಪ್ರೇರಿತರಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೊದಲು ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಂದನೆಯನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಚಿರಋಣಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಧಕಿ ಅಂತ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರನ್ನ ಗುರುತಿಸೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಎಲೆ ಮರೆ ಕಾಯಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ ತಂಪಾಡಿ ತಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಮಾಜ ಗುರುತಿಸೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿರೋದು ನನಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಹೃದ್ರೋಗ ತಜ್ಞೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮ ಬಾರಿ ಅದು ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಹೃದ್ರೋಗ ವಿಭಾಗವನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಗ್ಗಳಿಕೆ ಕೂಡ ನಂದು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಉಳಿಸೋದು ಅಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲಿನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ನನ್ನ 48ನೇ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಹೃದ್ರೋಗ ತಜ್ಞೆ ಆದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ನನ್ನ ಗೆಳತಿ ಎಲಿಜಬೆತ್ ಬ್ರಾನ್ಲಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾದ ಮಿನಿಸೋಟಾನಿಂದ ತನ್ನ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ, ಭಾರತದ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ದತ್ತು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ಲು. ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದ್ಲು. ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವಳು ಪ್ರತಿ ಮಗು ಬಂದಾಗ ವಿಜೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್, ವಿಜೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್, ವಿಜೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅವಳು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ವಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೀವ್ ದ ಬೇಬಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅವಳು 100 ಮಕ್ಕಳದ್ದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸಿಸ್ ಬರೆದು 3 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡಿದ್ಲು. ಆವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಗೆ ಚುರ್ರಂತ ಒಂದು ಬರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗಾಯ್ತು. ವಿದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಂದ ಮಹಿಳೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಳಕಳಿ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದವಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದು ಆಗ ಲಿಸ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ಪೀಡಿಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತಂದೆ. ಅವರು ವಿಜಯ್ ದೆನ್ ಐ ಟ್ರೈ ಅಂತ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಅಂತ ಮಿನಸೋಟಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ NGO, ಅವರಿದ್ದವರು ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಬಲ್ ಇರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಅಮೆರಿಕಕ್ಕೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆವಾಗ ಲಿಸ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಬದಲು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನನಗೆ ವಾರಾನ ತರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ 3 ತಿಂಗಳು 4 ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ವಾರ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಲಿಸ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಸೂಪರ್ ಮಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನೊಂದು. ನನಗೆ ವೆಜಿಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದೆ ಅವಳು ಪೀನಟ್ ಬಟರು, ಹನಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ಲು. ಅದ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ರ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಡೌನಟ್ ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು 3 ತಿಂಗಳು ಮೇಯೋ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಾಸ್ಟನ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಮಿನಿಸೋಟಾ ಫೇರ್ವಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, BJ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪಾಂಜ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಸ್ಪಾಂಜ್ ತರ ಅಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. 9,000 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಥೆಟ್ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, 7 ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಕೇವಲ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ 14 ಗಂಟೆ ಮಗುಗೆ, ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ವೆಂಟಿಲೇಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಮಗುಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಲೂನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ವ್ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಇಡೀ ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಮೋದಿಯವರು ಬೇಟಿ ಬಚಾವ್ ಬೇಟಿ ಪಡಾವ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ 60 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಅಭಿಮಾನ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪನ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಿಂದ ನಾನ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಬಂದೆ. ಬಡತನ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವೊಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ಕುಂದು ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಛಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೆವರ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಮೋರ್ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ದ ಬೆಟರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟದಷ್ಟು ಸುಂದರ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಜನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಲ್ಲು ಕಟ್ಟದಷ್ಟು ಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೆ ಜನ ತುಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಹಾರ್ಟನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಹಾರ್ಟನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಅಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ pull you down or try to push you down, but never come down, because the higher the hurricane is, the higher the eagle rises. In the same way, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಬಂದಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಮೇಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಪುಟಿದೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಸಾಧಕರಾಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಖದ ಸುಪ್ಪತ್ತಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಧಕರಾಗದ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಕಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರಾಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್, ಟೇಕ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ದಟ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Dr. Gomati Devi, Vice Chancellor, Maharani Cluster University at Maharani's College Campus, Bangalore. She has a doctorate in chemistry from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and has published several research papers in national and international journals of repute. She is a recipient of several awards and recognitions, including the Sir C.V. Raman Award, Best Research Publication Award from Government of Karnataka, and Best Women Scientist Award from Indian Council of Chemists.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
First of all, thank you for congratulating me. I don't think this post is some kind of a glorified post anta yenilla. The problem is we are appointed here for doing some work and we should do it more sincerely. But when you see our children here, they come from various kinds of backgrounds and many of them are rural students. She has come with her mother, and mother is so concerned that the daughter has to get that seat. She is only in Neigegar anta heltaralla, weaver family ante. They don't have big income, but her aim was to put her daughter best course. So I was feeling for her so much. I told her, we'll see, somehow we'll get a seat for you. I thought, okay, I'm in this position, I can do something for this kind of students, and let us do it. There are so many stories, but the whole purpose is to serve students, and they will study also very well. You know, in many of the courses, girls are only topping. So even in Maharani's, the problem was they were telling me that many of the ranks came, even when we were with Bangalore University, many of the ranks came to our students. It was our students only had achieved top position. We are doing quite this thing. We are putting hard work for the benefit of the students. We have many coaching classes so that our students will be in the top. Running our nation, and they should be a good citizens first. Then they should go further and work hard.
Dr. Nirmala M., Associate Professor and Chairperson, Canara Bank School of Management, Bangalore University. She is also a part of Board of Examiners and Board of Studies in reputed universities. Till today, over 90 research papers published and presented in reputed journals and seminars by her. She has been invited as keynote speaker for national and international management and academic conferences.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
I'm Dr. Nirmala, Chairperson, Canara Bank School of Bangalore City University, and it's my pleasure to having the honor from this Bangalore Education Trust hosted by ISBR under the able leadership of Professor Manohar. And also I am part of the self-help groups. I am guiding the ladies who are getting funds from the government. So how they have to invest, where they have to invest, what are the projects they have to undertake. In those areas also as a social responsibility, I am doing my work in my locality. We have 3 self-help groups there. So I am taking part of that one also. So it is not my big achievement to still have a looking to the further forward in my career and also in the academic and social services also. So it is my pleasure to receive an honor from such an esteemed particular organization in association with the industries and the professional bodies. So it gives me more responsibility now. I still have to work more further after receiving this particular award. So now I am looking for that what is the other areas I can help from my side as a particular institutional faculty member or a chairperson or an housewife, or it may be on a mother of the children. So I have so much of responsibility vested on my shoulder. So I am looking as a best positive perspective from all the stakeholders. Let them bless me, and I can do further as a better and best for the future days to come. The youngsters who are coming forward or who are lacking behind, for them a particular message from my side is, so take each and every step. Don't look into failure, always look from the positive point of view, so as a progressive point of view, and there are days ahead in front of you. Take it challengingly, do better work, hard work, so and be a smart for the particular situation. Always smartness works everywhere now, and come out with your beautiful innovative ideas. Showcase your ideas in the right way, in the right time, in the right platform. So definitely you can achieve more. So for any kind of failure, don't go back, don't go behind. So there is a future in front of you. Look forward always. Whatever it may be a failure, all those failures will be a beautiful success in the journey of your future. So take a step forward. Don't look always only for a government job or any kind of job in your doorstep. When you're coming forward with positive aspect or positive motive, definitely there is a future for you people. So even I am also born and brought up in agriculture family. So even we are faced n number of problems, but all those problems will give a way for your success in the future. So take it always in a brighter way, and you have to come forward with your problems and the challenges. Always you can see a bright future, or the way or path is there in front of you. Each and every person is having uniqueness. That uniqueness, you have to make it as an asset and showcase that asset in the right platform. Definitely you can do wonders in your life. Once again, I thank all of you who are nominated for this particular award. So thank you so much once again from my end. So thank you.
Ms. Suja Warrior, CSR Leader, Infosys, Bangalore. She has over 2 decades of experience in corporate functions and community interventions. She has received Infosys Excellence Awards many times for her contribution to the social sector initiatives. She has worked with tribal community in Bodoland near Indo-Bhutan border in the state of Assam. She also worked on the ground level for relief and rehabilitation for tsunami victims in Nagapattinam and Uttarakhand floods. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
I am happy and proud to be a part of Abhinandana 2020, hosted by ISBR Business School with Bangalore Educational Trust. I would like to say that the journey so far was good and destination doesn't matter. For me, I would like to say that this platform is actually providing me an opportunity to talk about the importance of moving out from the regular comfort zone and do something beyond your capacity. And this is actually the social work, maybe the social sector initiatives which you are doing outside your comfort zone is actually basically helping you to become a leader in that space. It's important for women to move out of the comfort zone and chase your dream. Of course, there are challenges, facing challenges, and coming out successfully is really beautiful. That's the reason I'm standing here in front of you. And I would like to say that the youth of this country needs to move away from the comfort zone of the digital world and work on the ground. We lived our life. It is you, the youth of this country, has to take our learning and work to the next level. And I am looking for a better world in your hands. Thank you so much.
Dr. Sneha Rakesh, CEO, Akarmax, Bangalore. She is one of the youngest entrepreneurs who were chosen as the Women Entrepreneur of the Year 2020 in the technology industry in the Business Mint Nationwide Awards 2020. She has been awarded as Most Inspiring Women in India and Most Promising Leaders of Asia, among others, and International Achiever Award, Bangkok. Till today, she has educated almost 2,000 students and helped unemployed people to get jobs.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
ಸರ್ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇದ್ದವ್ರನ್ನ ನೀವು ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವುಮೆನ್ ಅಚೀವರ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ 2020ಗೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಕಂಪನಿ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆಕರ್ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸಮಗ್ರಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಆಕರ್ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಐಟಿ, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಐಟಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, ಡಿಜಿಟಲೈಸರ್, ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್, ಟೆಕ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್. ನಾನು 6th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್ ಅವಾಗ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಬೇರೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕನಸಿತ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನೇ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿನ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕನಸಂತೂ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸುಧಾಮೂರ್ತಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾರಾಯಣ್ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಸರ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಚಿಕ್ಕದ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಒಂದು ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಷ್ಟೇ, ಬಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಆತರ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮೊ ಮಾಡಿದೆ LV ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮೊ ಇಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದೆ. 3000ಗೆ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದ್ರು. ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಪನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ B.Tech ಆದ್ರೂ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಮಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಂ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಗು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೊ ಇದೇ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಜಾ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ರಜಾ ಹಾಕೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ಕಂಪ್ನಿನಾನು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯಿಂದ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ನಿನಲ್ಲೂ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ದೆ ನನ್ಗೆ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ನಾನು, ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಫ್ರೀಲಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡುದು ಏನು ಎತ್ತ ಅಂತ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ 10,000 ಸಂಬಳ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಸಂಜೆವರೆಗೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡಾಡಿ, ಬಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಖರ್ಚಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಉಳಿತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರು 1,000 rupees ಎನಫ್, ಒಂದ್ 3 days 1,000 rupees ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಗ್ರೇಟ್. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನನ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು, ನಾನು ಯಾಕಿದ್ದು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ಫಾರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಮೈ ಓನ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ. ನನ್ನ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಲೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಫ್ರೀಲಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದು ₹1 ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಕಂಪನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಲೋನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ನಾನು ಬಂದಿರೋ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಇದೇ ತರನೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಒಂದು 6 members ಆದ್ರು, 1 member ಇಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ 6 members, ಅದು ಅವ್ರದೇ ಓನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋರು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ 25 members ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾಮರಾಜಪೇಟೆನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಬಂತು ನನ್ನ ಜರ್ನಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ಸು ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಸು ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಈ ಸಮಾಜನೇ ನನ್ಗೊಂಥರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ನನ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗುರುನೇ ಸಮಾಜ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ನಮ್ ತಾತ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ತಾತ ನನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ತರ ಕೆಲ್ಸ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ ಅದು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಧೈರ್ಯ, ದೃಢ ಮನ್ಸು, ಆತ್ಮಸ್ಥೈರ್ಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
Miss Pratima Rao, Mission Director, Biocon Foundation, Bangalore. She is a well-known educationist and has won many awards. She has developed Chinnara Ganitha self-help books in mathematics in Kannada, which has been introduced in 1400 schools in rural Karnataka. She has been a proud recipient of the Best Educator Award by Rustamirani Foundation, Bangalore.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
Most people start their careers in the corporate world and then end up in education or academics. I'm the odd exception. I started and I am a career educationalist who then finally ended up in the corporate world. And many of you will wonder how that is even possible. I retired from a teaching job and then went on to head Biocon Foundation as its mission director. I went on to devise a syllabus and teach computer science programming at the school level. I was one of the 2 first computer science teachers in Bangalore and went on to train students of class 10 to write public exams in coding. So I have to thank all my students out there who took up the challenge of learning coding for a public exam for the first time from a teacher who may or may not have been absolutely qualified, because I had never even seen a computer when I was in college. And they all have gone on to do great things. So really, it isn't the Best Teacher Award, or I've even got a leadership award in CSR. I think my best award is the success of my students. And especially since I did a majority of my career was in a girls' school, I think the empowerment of girls to go out there in the tech world was remarkable, it gave me so much satisfaction. It gave me so much satisfaction to see a little girl whose father was a petty businessman on Avenue Road come to me and say, "Ma'am, I taught my father how to use Tally. He had never touched a computer before." And so on and so forth. So many of the girls that I taught were first generation being educated, and that too educated in technology, and they went on to do their masters, they traveled abroad on work projects for university education. Really, I think that is what my life has been all about, and where I feel that I helped to empower girl children. So to all the women and the little girls out there, even if you've taken a break from your career, even if marriage and children have come in the way, there's still time for you to do things. There's always opportunities, and you can imagine that the opportunities for my generation were much, much less than what is available for you today. And you should take every opportunity that comes your way. And remember that sometimes you feel that you're at a disadvantage, but remember that you can always change a disadvantage into an advantage. That's up to you, and that's your initiative. And God bless all of you. Thank you to the Bangalore Education Society for honoring me for this award. And as I say often, my award is all my girl students out there who went forward in their lives to achieve their dreams. Thank you.
Dr. Rupa Haryani, dental surgeon and philanthropist, Bangalore. She is a renowned dentist in Bangalore and holds an experience of 26 years in the field of dentistry. She is a prominent member of Indian Dental Association. She is a very active Rotarian and has executed many projects. She is also a trainer and coach.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
Yatra naryastu pujyante, tatra ramante devataha. This is a quote in Sanskrit which says that wherever women are respected and worshipped and honored, the gods themselves would like to dwell there too with a lot of happiness. On this note, I would like to convey my deepest happiness being a recipient of this Abhinandana award, which is especially for women achievers. My heartfelt gratitude to those who chose me to receive this award, namely Bangalore Education Trust, ISBR International School for Business and Research, ELCIA Electronic City Industrial Association, as well as several similar industrial bodies. Top-notch salutations to them for having conceived and conceptualized this idea of felicitating and recognizing women achievers from various walks of life. Indeed, to be a woman is very precious and valuable, and it is so fantastic that women are leaving their footprints and lasting impressions from different arenas of life, both locally as well as globally. Being the only daughter to doctor parents and having been married to a doctor as well, I consider this opportunity of serving and treating my patients as a blessing. Being a dental surgeon, it gives me the greatest gratification when I see the patients leaving my clinic with relaxed, happy and aesthetic smiles. In fact, to be an efficient doctor, I believe 3 qualities are very, very important. One is the ability to understand your patients. Secondly, ability to be empathetic to your patients. And the last one, ability to treat your patients with as much of love and care as possible. The universe also gave me another blessing as an opportunity to inspire and impart knowledge to several people. Being a certified trainer, it is with the greatest glee that I interact with several hundreds of my participants, and even if I am able to bring a little bit of positive attitudinal shift in their mindsets, well, that means I am a happy person. I would also like to convey my heartfelt thanks to Dr. C. Manohar, who himself is a very inspiring personality. Having received this Abhinandana award has inspired me to carry on my good work with more zest and more zeal. I would like to conclude by saying that believe in yourself, because when you do so, there's nothing that will stop you from achieving miracles. I dedicate this Abhinandana award to my ever-loving and supporting family. ನನಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಯ ಪುರಸ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮನಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ವಂದನೆಗಳು.
Ms. Shivali Srivastava, Guinness Record holder and Young Achiever, Hyderabad. An engineering student from GITAM University holds 6 Guinness World Records along with her parents for the largest display of 6,132 inflated origami citrus fruits. Earlier, she has secured 5 Guinness World Records for largest display of 1,251 handmade paper dolls, 7,011 uniquely quilled flowers, 2,111 handmade paper quilt dolls, 3,501 origami wells, 2,100 origami penguins.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
I am thrilled and honored to receive this award today for winning 12 Guinness World Record and 60 other World Record titles in just a short period of 4 years, along with my BTech studies at Keaton University. The only way someone can achieve this so-called impossible thing in their life is by having a goal and a perfect plan with it. Without a plan is just a wish, and to achieve something impossible in your life, you should have a perfect plan which you can follow throughout the end. Where if you get tired of your plan, you should learn to rest but not to quit. If you missed a day's target, you have to add it to the next day so that you don't fall behind. And you should keep on stacking them until you are done. And that one fine day you can actually say that all those things you ever thought was impossible are now in your hand. So, in other words, it all seems impossible until it is done. We can be motivated by something, but it will be eventually that hard work that pays off. Here my motivation will be my mother, Kavita, and my father, Anil, for support. Right now, when the whole world has been under the lockdown, we have been working extra hours so that we can learn many new different things and to make many new records. As 1 year is equals to 365 different opportunities. Kids today are not limited by their boundaries and they are trying to break them to achieve something big and are making a country proud in every field. I would like to thank ISBR and their board of directors for considering me eligible enough for this prestigious award today. And my friends and families and Keaton University for their support. It will be even more harder without their help to continue with my goals. I can definitely say it is not the end of my journey but only the beginning. And there are still many more new things to come. We are never too young to do something big in our life, and we should always try to do something that we love at least for once in a while, because these are the only things that we remember in the end, the moments we actually lived for. Thank you.
Dr. Soundarya Rajesh, Chairman, Bharuat Insights, Founder President, Avatar, Chennai. She is a socio-entrepreneur and has been recognized as 100 Women Achiever by India's Ministry of Women and Child Development. She is also listed in United Nations Women Transforming India. She is also featured in The Changemakers among 35 global leaders. She is recipient of Chennai Carnatic Women Empowerment Award by Rotary Club of Chennai and Golden Aviator Award for contribution towards women development.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
My deepest gratitude and our wholehearted thanks to Bangalore Educational Trust and to Professor Manohar for having conferred the Abhinandana Award on me for this year. Awards like this are very special because what they do is to tell an social entrepreneur like me that we are on the right track. The fact that what we see as a vision, as the future of India, is something that does have the potential to materialize, and all the actions that we are taking to see it materialize is being recognized by great people like you, and for that we are deeply grateful. I was just like every other MBA student, a young girl in the early 90s, stars in my eyes, and I wanted to have a good career, get married, settled, and just lead life. Everything happened. All of this happened. I got a great job. I got married. I had a baby. And then, for some reason, it became very unsustainable for me to continue my career. So after 3 very successful years at a multinational bank, I took a break. But when I decided to come out back into the workplace after the break, I realized that it was not so easy. And then I realized that what I was experiencing, which is the challenge of a young woman, a mother, someone who has already had a professional career, takes a break and then wants to re-enter the workplace, that problem is merely the tip of the iceberg. And you have many things below which are actually preventing women from rising to the fullest of their potential. And when I discovered that I was not alone in this journey, I then decided that Avatar was needed, that an organization that focused on women's workforce participation, that focused on creating organizations that would welcome women, that would actually go that extra mile to provide women with enablers, that was required. And today at Avatar, we have completed 20 years of existence. To all the young friends out there who are watching this, I just have one thing to say. I think it is important to build your faith, not only in a power above or the universal energy or however you wish to call it, but also in the fact that you have been put on this earth to deliver something amazing, an outcome very powerful to people around you. You have to believe that, and you have to constantly keep on trying till you reach that potential. And for that, what is important? It's important to build your skills. It's important to discover what you're good at. It is important to acquire mentors, and everyone can be a mentor. Even people who don't know they are mentors to you. You can learn from everyone. So keep learning, keep aspiring, keep dreaming, and one day you will achieve the fullest of your potential. And that day will not be a destination, but a series of different beautiful milestones in one glorious journey. With those words, I thank Professor Manohar once again for bestowing this award on me, and all my teammates at Avatar Group. All of us thank you for this great recognition, and we hope that we will live up to the amazing confidence that you've kept in us and actually take India to a 50-50 gender balance and make it a developed nation. Thank you. Namaste.
Dr. Apurva Palkar, Director, Innovation, Incubation and Linkages, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Maharashtra. She is an experienced executive board member with rich experience working in the education industry. Dr. Apurva has received Ravi J. Mathai National Fellowship Award by AIMS, which is a prestigious award in the field of management. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
My inner zeal to be the driver of new things and sincerely working to make things happen have been the key to what I am today. I've always been working in spaces that were new, and building institutions from scratch that gave me the strength and motivation to work continuously. As director of the business school that was in its inception stage, the ability to bring the best in class from the ecosystem, building careers of youth, and contributing in the lives of youngsters for the real world kept me going. In my next assignment as Chief Operating Officer for Education Private Outfit, my trigger was creation of international model of social impact through skilling and training. My belief is in being a change maker, and this got impetus when I had the opportunity to work on policy making framework through various committees at state level, national level and international level, as change in policy drives the change in the system and changes the whole ecosystem. Thus, movement from college to society to policy and work in private, corporate and public space gave me the required strength and expertise of what I am today. I had the influence of many who helped me in my careers, who mentored me, gave me my required acumen to be able to take risks to move ahead in my life. Undoubtedly, I have lived in the world of men, especially in the leadership position, but received all support at all walks of life, and at times I even forgot my own gender and became a part of the world where gender didn't matter at all. Currently, I'm working as Director Innovation, Incubation and Linkages at the prestigious Savitribai Phule Pune University, and I'm engaged in grooming startups and innovative ideas that can be supported for scale-up. In the 72-year-old institution, again my position is new and I had to go through all challenges of a startup. Creating an ecosystem of 275 colleges, reaching out to students, exciting them to think big and achieve big successes through business venture is my current endeavor. I also engage with best-in-class partners for the university. I work on IPRs, I work on development of funding opportunities, and this is all that keeps my hands absolutely full at all times. The e-content creation that has suddenly gained importance and significance post-pandemic has been a part of my work that keeps me on my toes over the time. I've been supporting through my work 175 affiliated colleges in this challenging space where online learning and teaching is a big black box for most. I sincerely feel that I would like to give one small message to all the youth, and I would like every youngster to have a belief in their own self, drive future with their own conviction, and build their own new order thinking skills. The world is waiting for a strongly motivated and confident youth. The outcome of this is bound to make India a strong nation with confident citizens. Thank you for considering me for Abhinandana 2020 Shining Star Women Achievers Award.
Ms. Veena Samartha, Executive Director and CEO, WeCare Technologies Private Limited. Former CEO, Asima Softnet Technologies, Senior Manager, Hewlett Packard and Wipro. She has served on the field as a Corona warrior, working closely with government departments and NGOs to distribute food and other essentials to the needy. She is a successful entrepreneur with 20 plus years of experience with a strong track record of developing high-performing teams and creating sustainable businesses. She is a prolific orator and keynote speaker in national and international forums like WITS Pune and IBCL IoT Summit, Luxembourg. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm really humbled and privileged to be talking today. When I look back at my journey, nearly 25 years of work experience with corporates and the last 7 years, 8 years as an entrepreneur, I have seen a lot of challenges. I wouldn't call them struggles because struggle has the connotation of painful recall. For me it has been challenges. And I think these are common challenges to many women the 30% population of diversity that we are in the corporate world, all women, I'm sure, would go through these challenges. Right? First of all, the daunting task of you wearing different hats and doing justice to all the different roles. Right? You're a mother, you're a wife, your spouse, you're a parent, you're a daughter to your parents, you have your in-laws, you have relatives, you have friends, the whole gamut of the society and relations that have to be catered to. That is an indispensable part of our life despite our challenging careers. So corporates bring their own challenges in terms of the demanding time, the commitment, the deadlines, the milestones. All these have to go on irrespective of what is happening in your personal life. So that is one of the common challenges, and that is where probably a lot of women lose it out early into their careers, the moment they start parenting, which in itself is a stupendous task. Right? And as you move up the ladder, again, unfortunately, it is dominated by men. And yes, we are all familiar with the glass ceiling. We may not face it in our day-to-day life, but the subtle, learnings that need to happen with a woman to think like a man, but to act and talk like a woman, right? To be able to deal with people who come with their own notions about women in charge, women in leadership, to be able to deal with all those elements gracefully. So all these aspects is what you learn as you move up the corporate ladders. And with entrepreneurial journey, it's another story altogether, right? You need to learn to conduct yourself where you command that position at the table. You need to get your space at the table. You need to get people to listen to you. And yet, convey that humility and compassion that you bring as a woman to the table. You need to not get daunted by men who have been in the world for so many years, who come with, a lot of background as businessmen or as entrepreneurs, not to get daunted by their presence, by their experience, and also by their own, upbringing and background and relationship when they see a woman at the table, right? So all these is, and I think what is very important for women, not only the grit to pursue, but also to use the ecosystem and the support structures that are available at her dispense. And if there is one essence that I can look at and say, that is something that women have to understand and nurture, it is the fact that the only limit, I repeat, the only limit for a woman is the limit that she puts for herself. As long as a woman understands this and sets her mind to overcome the limits that she sees around her, I believe she is unstoppable. So I think my message to all women out there is to realize that you are unlimited and go for it. I would love to see millions of nominations and the Abhinandana selection team simply tearing their hair to be able to identify women. That's the power of women that we have. Thank you.
Ms. Khyati Naravni, CEO, the Federation of Telangana Chambers of Commerce and Industry. She has 20 years of experience in professional career with trade organizations. She has successfully executed over 300 meetings, trade events, debates, exhibitions such as Global Economic Summit, World Trade Center Association, and many more. She participated and represented organizations at various bilateral forums such as World Chamber Congress at Mexico City and World Association Congress at London.
ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
I'm an MBA student who's done majors in entrepreneurship, and I have always believed that entrepreneurship skills are never limited to entrepreneurs, but it applies to each one of us. My journey for the last 20 plus years has been exceptionally committed, which came with the mandate to collaborate, to partner, to empower for the growth and development of the industry. My active engagement with government, trade and investment agencies and support institutions have provided me ample opportunities and have opened up doors for dialogue, which is again for the betterment of the industry. My journey, I would say, started with the World Trade Center Mumbai, which gave me again an opportunity to understand the trading and trading ecosystem, not just how important it was during those days to get the investments to the country, but it was equally important to empower the smaller segment of the industry, or I would say the smaller enterprises, the clusters and the informal sector, and bring them on a more structured manner. I still remember during my earlier days when I was introduced to the trading system, and of course I attended the first WTO public forum at Geneva, where I literally panicked, when I came across all the policies and the agreements that were signed. And gradually, I think it took me like over years to understand the ecosystem and practically gain much more knowledge. And today I'm so happy that, I remember those days and this day. And today I'm so happy because I'm able to promote bilateral trade, with the support of our consulates, embassies, the trade and investment agencies. So that's how I think I've grown over a period of time. And definitely having traveled more than 30 countries across the globe and having met with the top-notch businesses and having met with the governments, the diplomats all across, including India, I thought that maybe the right thing to say is I was always destined to be here for the service of the industry. I really hope that my life journey inspires somebody someday. Women, of course, have increasingly become more involved in the workforce, and I always felt that we are more, logic-oriented than success-oriented. And I can define that. Like, I would definitely urge all the women out there to dream big, aim for the star, work towards achieving your goal, and success will automatically follow once you have given your 100%. And that's what I meant by saying logic-oriented and not success-oriented. I'm also happy that women in all spheres of life are being recognized for their significant contribution in the society and the business community at large, and this also becomes very imperative for them or for all of us to actually ideate, innovate, incubate and implement. So it's always and every day a learning experience for us. Again, I am very thankful and I am honored to receive the Abhinandan 2020 Shining Star Women Achiever Award. I thank the International School of Business and Research, Bangalore Education Trust and all the associations which are involved in making this award a grand success. This is definitely an exciting phase in my life and I wish you all a happy 2021.
Ms. Sonia Mehrotra, Professor and Head, Center of Excellence for Case Development. She has 13 years of industry experience and 14 years of teaching and research experience in management programs. She has authored 28 case studies published at several international publishing houses. Her research titled Lifelong Activism and Women's Entrepreneurship was published by European Business Review in May 2020. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
Dear colleagues, I am honored to receive this award and recognition from Bangalore Education Trust. My professional journey started way back in 1992 as a chemical process engineer, and I worked in petroleum industry for about 15 years when I decided to shift to academics. And the prime motive of this shift was that I wanted to do something much more meaningful, which in terms of bringing out awareness about Indian management practices. I truly believe that the work that we do as educators is very satisfying. In my present role as the Head of Center of Excellence for Case Development, I work with different industrial sector organizations in terms of mapping their business practices as management case studies, which are then published at across national and international publishing houses. These cases, when taught at international business schools, they bring about an awareness of the Indian management practices. And most importantly, they kind of positively impact the young minds. Now, in one of my recent research projects where I'm working, mapping the women business ventures, working in the space of sustainable development goals, we are trying to see, the different challenges, successes, and the failures as they work on in this order to create societal good. I believe that as educators and researchers, we have a responsibility towards the young generation. We need to sensitize them on the topics of inclusivity, equity, parity, climate change, sustainability, and more that need attention today. And we can create this awareness, inculcate new ideas and best practices in the young generation. And we can be the bridge between the industry practitioners and the academia world. And so here I kind of want to thank the management of Willinkers for nurturing our case center for last 8 years. I must share that we have the distinction of publishing successfully 38 real-time case studies across different international publishing houses. I would also like to thank ISBR, the team at ISBR, Dr. Manohar and his team for hosting this event. Thank you so much.
Dr. Chetna Kenny, child psychologist, special educator and counselor. She is the co-founder of Orinco Academy, a national award-winning school in Bangalore that is listed one amongst top 10 unique schools of India. She is the founder and managing director at Chat with Chetna and the Chetna Kenny Institute of Remedial Education. She is also the co-founder of Fab School, which is an online school from kindergarten to grade 12, which is supporting learners from around the world. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
My name is Dr. Chetna Kenny, and I am the co-founder of Orinco Academy, a progressive school in Bangalore, and Fab School, a K-12 online school at Orinco. And I have 2-3 ventures actually. Orinco is the school in Bangalore, physical school. Fab School is the online K-12 school. I have 2-3 other things that I do, which is Chetna Kenny Institute for Remedial Education, which is for children with special needs. I also have a series of workshops that I conduct under Chat with Chetna. Through all of this, actually, what I'm trying to do is to impact every stakeholder that is available around children, so that there can be a mind shift in the way that we are thinking, delivering, and seeking outcomes of education in our country. When this mind shift happens, children will start having a joyous learning experience, which can really give them this joy of learning, but also give them learning that they can utilize in their life and put them on the path of self-learning and lifelong learning, which is the actual thing that human beings love, right? We all like to learn, and we like to really feel fresh every day. That is what I'm trying to do with my parent workshops, with my homeschooling workshops, with my school, with the teacher training workshops. Anywhere and everywhere I get an opportunity, I'm trying to impact the mind shift that can happen in every stakeholder that works with children. So Aurinko Academy now has become one of the key schools which has incorporated every aspect of NEP from 10 years. Today, what the NEP has rolled out is something that Aurinko has been doing from 10 years. Thank you so much for listening to me. But before I finish, I really want to thank the Bangalore Educational Trust and for honoring me, I think, for acknowledging that I did something small, something meaningful to this world around me by giving me this Abhinandana Women's Achievers Award. It really means a lot to be acknowledged, because I've been on a path which has been lonely at some times, because I've been talking things that everybody thought was only in books. It can't happen in reality. So for me, getting this award means that someone is ratifying and saying, yeah, you're on the right path. You can do something and continue to do this. So it's kind of filled me with nitrogen cylinders now to do more and more and more. So thank you so much. And ISBR, thank you so much for hosting this award and for acknowledging, for finding me, for giving me this opportunity and blessing me with all the blessings of all the stalwarts that are part of the Bangalore Educational Trust and also ISBR. So thank you so much. Thank you to my family also, because my in-laws, my husband, my parents, my school, all the children who study there, their families, they've always been my super angels who've always been there to support me, to guide me, and with all their blessings. So thank you for everybody who has ever been there in my life to make this possible. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Ms. Sanyukta Pratap Kamath, ballet choreographer and educational application developer. She has designed an app named Periodic Table App that displays the properties of individual elements and categories of elements, and also designed another app for making chemistry easy named Yukta Made It Easy. She has participated in many workshops at national and international level in her academic career. She is a trained ballet dancer and she is also having achievements in skiing and soccer. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
I feel like I've always been a very competitive person, and my competitiveness doesn't just exist within my area of expertise or my focus. I feel like even when I was growing up, I feel like I've been a ballerina since the age of 4. So ballet has always been my thing. But when I joined middle school, I saw like the girls' football team and other girls who were much better, like say football. And I feel like I've always just had this need to compete and to prove my worth in every aspect, like in all facets, for as much as I can, at least. And so some people might say that can be exhausting and like overworking yourself, being an overachiever. But I think that's really what drives me for the most part. Just this need to kind of, just this realization that there is no limit, and because even when I was growing up, I feel like I've had a lot of people give me advice that focus on one thing, focus your energy on one thing, because if you try to be so good at so many things, it's just going to not work out for you. But I think that that's not true. Like, if you have the ambition and you have the willingness to work that hard, then I really don't think there's a limit to anything. And I really think that's what's helped me achieve as much as I have at this level in my life. I feel like for the future, I have really big dreams. I'm really interested in chemistry. So just realizing the ocean of untapped potential in chemistry, I think there's so much for me to discover, so much I can give back to the world. And I want to pursue music. I want to have my first album. I want to release that. I hope that does well. And also I think the most important thing is just this realization that to give back to my community, because I feel like there's been so many privileges that I've had, and I owe that to my society, my community. And I think it's unfair to not have that sense of responsibility towards your own community. And I feel like that's what excites me most. Like, Most important skill that I've really gained from ballet is this ability to problem solve. Because when you dance, for me personally, I have hypermobility, which makes dancing a little bit difficult at times. So, but it's still, I can never use that as an excuse. It's up to me to figure out what I need to do so that I can move as well as anyone else in the room, jump as high as anyone else in the room. So I feel like that's really given me this ability to problem solve creatively. And I feel like I applied that this year when I designed this chemistry-based app. I feel like, because while I was studying for my exams, I found that there's a lot of resources out there, but there's not one place that you can go and it kind of has everything in a consolidated, easy to understand format rather. So I thought, why not, let's do something about this. And I designed this app basically, which it looks like a periodic table, and it kind of goes into the qualities, the properties, the physical, chemical properties of individual elements and also the categories. And I feel like I introduced that at a few local schools, and it's a free app. So I think that's been really helpful. It's really helped me learn more about chemistry while making the app. And I know it's been really helpful for other students to help them study for their exams. Being a recipient of such a prestigious award, the Abhinandana Award hosted by ISBR, it's just so fulfilling and so motivating to me. I think just getting that recognition, just getting appreciated is really, it's so touching, and I feel like it really pushes me to want to do more and achieve more. Thank you.
Major Aditi Mohan, Vice President and Head, Corporate Service, Fidelity National Financial and Community Service Leader. She is a former Army officer from the Army Service Corps, a logistics arm of the Indian Armed Forces, and served with the forces for 8 years. She initiated the FM COVID Task Force groups and the Corporate Security Group and Women Security Group across India. She also received the Iconic Woman Leader Award from Women Economic Forum very recently for creating a better world for all. She has been recently awarded as the top 20 Indian women influencers in security 2020. ISBR takes immense pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am.
Yellarigu Namaskara. My name is Major Aditi Mohan. I'm an ex-Indian Army officer and I've put in 8 years of service. The reason I joined the Indian Armed Forces was because the mentor, the guide, the idol that I have at home is my father. He was the one who was so progressive in nature. He served 35 years in the Indian Armed Forces as a colonel and he fought 2 wars. As a corporate player, I work as a Vice President and Corporate Services Head for Fidelity National Financial. In my last 15 years in Bangalore, I have been able to work and contribute not only to the society as an individual, but also as a woman trying to work better for the girls. I also do some honorary and social work. Today, what I also do as a corporate player is that I work as a state president for Karnataka Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Here, we try and do better for the womanhood, for the sisterhood. Why Karnataka Defence Personal Council really excites me is we have war widows, we have Veer Naris, we have women who come from that background who really do not know what needs to be done. Our intent is to help people. Few things that I've done in the past which actually changed me as a human being was when I tried and helped the children who were being raped, abused, people who could not get the facility or the medical facility or the financial aid. You know why Shah Rukh Khan is called the Badshah of Bollywood? Not because he's the most handsome, not because he's the most tallest, not because he's the best looking guy you can find on the earth, but because he has the swag. So ladies, have the swag in your life. Thank you very much, Dr. Manohar, ISBR Business School, the Abhinandan Award for 2020, the Women Achievers Award. Believe you me, I'm extremely honored that you have, kind of appreciated the work that women like us have come forward and done for the society, for the city of Bangalore, for the state of Karnataka, for the country of India that I'm in love with completely. This is a beautiful initiative, and I really appreciate the efforts of all of you all for awarding me this particular award. I will cherish it for my life, and thank you for the kind honor. Jai Hind. Thank you.
I now request our Registrar, Dr. Kanagraj, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. It gives me immense pleasure in delivering the vote of thanks for Abhinandana 2020. I take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Sri Lakshman Savdi, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka. Special guest, Srimati Shashikala Jolle, Honorable Minister for Women and Child Development, Government of Karnataka, for sparing their valuable time for this great event, Abhinandana 2020. I sincerely thank our guest of honor, Ms. Ratnaprabha IAS, Chairman, Karnataka Skill Commission, Dr. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General AIU New Delhi, and Mr. Perikal Sundar, President FKCCI Bangalore, for having graced this occasion. I also take this opportunity to congratulate and thank all our awardees and their family members. I also thank the industry bodies FKCCI Elshia and other industry and academic bodies for their continuous support extended to ISBR and Abhinandana 2020. My sincere thanks to Dr. Manish Kothari, MD ISBR, Dr. Y. Lakshman Kumar, Director ISBR, Dr. Anand Ram, Senior Director ISBR, for their continuous support and guidance. My special thanks to Dr. Manohar, Chairperson Abhinandana Awards Committee, for his support and commitment for Abhinandana 2020. I would like to thank all my faculty members, my fellow non-teaching staff members, for their contribution and support in making Abhinandana 2020 a grand success. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I now request all to stand for the national anthem.
Janagana mana adhinayaka jaya he Bharat bhagya vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladhi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
We now come to the close of the Abhinandana Awards ceremony. Thank you.